At 3 a.m., mirrors hold secrets you don't want to uncover. The witching hour, as it is often called, is a time when the veil between our world and the supernatural is at its thinnest. Many cultures and traditions have long believed that mirrors are portals to other realms, and at 3 a.m. these portals are said to be at their most active. The darkness of the night, combined with the eerie silence, creates an atmosphere ripe for the unknown. It's a time when the bravest of souls might feel a shiver down their spine, and the most skeptical might start to believe in the impossible. The mirror, a seemingly innocent household object, becomes a gateway to fear and mystery. They say if you stare long enough at 3 a.m., you'll see it. Alex did. Alex was always a curious soul, drawn to the mysteries of the unknown. On a dare from friends, he decided to test the legend of the 3 a.m. mirror. With a mix of excitement and trepidation, he waited until the clock struck 3. The house was silent, the only sound being the ticking of the clock. As he stood in front of the mirror, he couldn't help but feel a sense of foreboding. The room seemed to grow colder, and the shadows in the corners appeared to move. He stared into the mirror, his reflection staring back at him. Minutes passed, and just as he was about to give up, he saw it, a flicker of movement, a shadow that wasn't his own. His heart raced as he leaned closer, trying to make out the figure in the mirror, a warped reflection, a twisted grin. The face staring back at him was no longer his own. It was a grotesque version of himself, with features twisted and distorted. The eyes were hollow, and the mouth was stretched into an unnatural grin. Alex felt a chill run down his spine as he realized that the figure in the mirror was mimicking his every move, but with a sinister twist. He raised his hand, and the reflection did the same, but with a delay that made it all the more unsettling. The grin grew wider, and Alex could feel the malevolent intent behind it. He wanted to look away, but he was transfixed, unable to tear his eyes from the horrifying image. Then, a shadowy figure with red eyes. The figure seemed to emerge from the darkness of the mirror, its eyes glowing with an eerie red light. It was as if the mirror was a window to another world, and the figure was trying to cross over. Alex's heart pounded in his chest as he watched the figure move closer, its eyes never leaving his. The room seemed to grow darker, and the air felt thick with a sense of dread. He could feel the presence of the figure as if it was standing right behind him. The red eyes burned into his soul, and he felt a wave of fear wash over him. Some things should never be seen. The mirror, once a simple object, had become a portal to a nightmare. Alex knew he should look away, but he was drawn to the figure, unable to break the spell. The room around him seemed to fade away, and all he could see was the mirror and the figure within. He felt a sense of impending doom, as if he was on the brink of discovering something that should remain hidden. The figure's eyes seemed to bore into his very soul, and he felt a chill that went beyond the physical. It was a coldness that seeped into his bones, a sense of dread that he couldn't shake. But Alex's horror didn't end there. The figure in the mirror began to move, its movement slow and deliberate. It reached out a hand, and Alex felt a cold touch on his shoulder. He gasped, turning around to find nothing there. When he looked back at the mirror, the figure was closer, its hand pressed against the glass. The grin on its face was wider, more sinister. Alex felt a wave of panic, his mind racing with thoughts of what might happen next. He wanted to run, to get away from the mirror, but his legs felt like lead. He was trapped, a prisoner of his own curiosity. The reflection stepped out of the mirror. The figure seemed to push against the glass, and with a sound like shattering ice, it began to emerge. Alex watched in horror as the figure stepped out of the mirror, its form solidifying in the dim light. It was a twisted version of himself, a dark reflection brought to life. The red eyes glowed with malevolence, and the grin on its face was a mockery of his own. Alex backed away, his heart pounding in his chest. The figure moved closer, its steps slow and deliberate. He could feel the cold emanating from it, a chill that seemed to freeze his very soul. Try the 3 a.m. mirror challenge, if you dare. The legend of the 3 a.m. mirror is not for the faint of heart. It is a test of courage, a challenge that pushes the boundaries of fear. Those who dare to face the mirror at the witching hour must be prepared for the unknown. The mirror holds secrets, and those who look into it may find more than they bargained for. Alex's experience is a cautionary tale, a reminder that some mysteries are best left unexplored. The 3 a.m. mirror challenge is a journey into the unknown, a test of bravery that few can endure. If you choose to take the challenge, be prepared for what you might find. The mirror is a gateway, and at 3 a.m. it opens to a world of fear and mystery. Are you brave enough to face it? The choice is yours, but remember, some things should never be seen.